Greetings, everybody. Welcome. This is Kai and Y007 here on YouTube.com. Appreciate you coming through. New people or people returning. Appreciate it very much. Well, new subscribers, thank you. You didn't have to, but you chose to subscribe. Hopefully, soon you'll choose to speak out, leave some comments, whether right now with the live stream, open to your opinions and facts here, or later in the comment section. It's much appreciated. This Sunday is one of my chocolate Sundays. I'm going to be getting into powerful African Americans making history and controversy. There's a lot of history being made now, so I want to talk about some current African American people, which are people that are Black, of African descent, that live in America. Sometimes you'll hear me say Black. When I just say the word Black, I'm referring to Africans, people of direct descendants of Africa. Meaning I'm not going to say you're an African German. I don't know where you're from, but I know that you are a Negro, whatever you use the term for. Okay, so I want to kind of get past that, but I want to explain the terms I use and why. Appreciate it. So we're going to be getting right into that shortly. And thanks for coming through. Here on my channel, I talk a lot about the community, astros, astrology, or some astronomy, and sexuality, and also spirituality. So as many know, there's been a lot going on, a lot. History being made and controversy. I want to dive in with Mayor Tiffany Henard, Dr. Omar Johnson, Pastor Gino Jennings, District Attorney Fannie Willis, and at some point after I, give some commentary, I'll probably drop the link. If I do, I'll let y'all know you can click it if you want to join in on the panel at all. And I'll also have a number to call. So either way, you can get through. Okay. All right. So how are y'all doing? Hopefully well. Hey, peace. So we're gonna get right into things now. I think I know who you are too. Yeah. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. So we'll get into that. Kind of go in a real specific order, but most recent news. I know a lot of people know of District Attorney with Fannie Willis in that hearing with her prosecution of Trump. Well, actually, Trump's 18 co-defendants that have been controversial out of Georgia. But even more recent, also, we have Mayor Tiffany Henard, who's another African-American woman in power, but that also seems to be abusing the power. So with part of this for Black History Month, for me, like always, we're going to have an honest conversation. So at the same time, I salute people that are successful anyway and do the right thing. That's of any race. But it's a little particularly special when I see Black people, African Americans doing it, because I know that we have extra obstacles. Okay. So whether y'all acknowledge them or not, they're there. And some is blatant, some is hidden. But at the same time, we need to lessen some of our tolerance for the BS. Okay. So that's when the controversy comes in. And part of it, with Black people, African Americans, under more scrutiny just because of the color of your skin and et cetera. So knowing that, you know that you're under a microscope even more when you gain power. So it's surprising to me that I'm seeing some of the behaviors displayed before us by some of our African American people in power. So that's what I want to talk about and show. So yeah, y'all crazy. All right, yeah. So if you have any thoughts on this too, share it. I'm sure y'all will. There's multiple people in here. Most recently, with Mayor Tiffany Henard, she received over $1 million, and she put it into an ice skating rink that she was not authorized to do. So there's been issue after issue. I have some paperwork too on her and some things that have been going on with her and her camp. And she's out of Dalton, Illinois, too, for those that don't know. And thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Um, yeah, feel free to hit the reaction button or subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I'm sure you'll find something here that will interest you. Part of my goal too is to strike more conversation from you all, because I do like sharing things, but I also want to encourage others to share too. That's what helps bring out the benefit of even doing a live stream, So there's that. After this month, I'm going to be doing focusing more on some videos, though, to be honest, and see how that goes. This algorithm is really all over the place, but I think there's still a purpose and a point for what I'm doing and how I do it. So I can't allow anything to stop that. All right. So here's some paperwork, like I said, and then we're going to get into some more things. Let me get my audio together. Okay. Yeah. Hang on. So like I said, yeah, appreciate hitting the thumbs up, subscribe. It helps. Yeah. I'm just looking for okay. I did some changes here in this background studio. So yeah, speaking of thumbs up, I got some Polydactyl cats that want to help. Okay, here I am. All right, I appreciate it, y'all. Let's go. Let me get my banner up too, so I have her start off with Mayor Tiffany A. Henard. Okay. She also has an arrest record too, and there's not much information on it. I'm gonna look more into that though, to be honest, and see what's going on. She has lawsuits, and that was some of the paperwork right there that I was showing. I can bring it back up too, and just to help go over it. She's got a lot going on. She about it. She's trying to tell everybody she's about it. She's been coming forth saying, like, what y'all want? I ain't got to answer too many questions, like really cocky with the attitude and everything. And that's why also Mayor Henry is really offending a lot of people. And along with all these accusations of misuse of money from her district. This just came up yesterday from her Facebook.
It's your mayor, Tiffany A. Henard, the people's mayor. We here in the village of Dalton and we about to get our skate on. Remember, when all 5 of them trustees said no, look what God did. To get our skate on. Remember, when all 5 of them trustees said no, look what God did. It's your mayor, Tiffany A. Henard, the people's mayor. We here in the village of Dalton and we about to get our skate on. Remember, when all 5 of them trustees said no, look what God did.
New York Post has been going in on her. They have some posts up now. They're saying she's a former boss of a failed burger joint. All kinds of ways they're they're categorizing her. But in more recent news too, I'm gonna screen share so I can show you what's going on. And this, what I'm about to show, is from clip from NBC Chicago, which is where Mayor Henard is from too. Also, those that don't know, Dr. Omar Johnson, he is a school psychologist and also a follower of Pan Africanism. Pastor Gino Jennings is he preaches, and he preaches about a lot of controversial things, some things that people are scared to even speak on. He speaks on it, and it helps a lot. It's helped me too, especially when he talked about some things about the LGBTQ community. He spoke on. Let me turn this down a bit. He spoke on how it's a spirit being gay. It's a spirit. I look into study things to have to do with spirituality, and I questioned some things about gay people in church. I remember attending a church event myself, and there was a gay man that caught the Holy Spirit, and I questioned how his relationship could be with the Lord if he was gay. How was he given the gift of having the Holy Spirit? Um, so that was very interesting to me too. And if it is just a spirit, it just goes in deeper than that. And it's not about hating either. It's about loving and understanding, but also knowing, if you're going by the Bible, then you want to stick with the Bible. Like, you can't jump out of it because it's a different time. So there's things to do with that Pastor Gino Jennings stands strong on and hasn't swayed from. District Attorney Fannie Willis, like I said, she's a district attorney, and a lot's on her plate with this. And she blames some of this on race. I don't think it has anything to do with race. Part of things to do with Trump, some of that has some race base. But her having a hearing about her relationship with Wade, I believe anyone that's coming for Trump is going to be under a lot of thorough investigation, just like Trump is. So I don't really see why the shockingness of it all. So I'm just looking at it like, I'm surprised she made some of the decisions she has, knowing that you'd be under more scrutiny. You're a woman, and you're an African American woman. So you have all these things here, which you should have pride in, but this country strips you of that, So I'm surprised that some people still have certain behaviors that could catch up with them like this has. But overall, I want to go over just some of the highlights. I did live stream the whole first day. Got good viewership and comments going on from that too, and I appreciate it. So we're just going to get into some of that now. I said I'll drop it when I'm ready to, if I was going to drop the link. Oh, that's funny. Okay, here we go. Wait, where's the thing I'm supposed to be doing? Oh. If you're getting smart about it, we don't have to talk with you. Like I said, I was thinking about doing it, but you got to calm down, or do your meds, do what you're supposed to be doing, so that everything's balanced out with you. All right, just a moment. There's got to be another way I can do this. This is starting to get a little annoying. All right, here we go. I'm going to play this little of this clip.
Accused of questionable spending and concerned that the village's bills are not being paid.
The latest developments, Dalton's police cars may be repossessed because of some outstanding loans. Political reporter Marianne Ahern here now with the very latest for us. Marianne.
Alex and Marianne, good afternoon. Yes, Mayor Tiffany Henard, she has dismissed the questions, for months now on how she has spent taxpayer dollars. But adding to the city's troubles, the former police chief is suing the village, saying he was wrongfully terminated.
I am your leader.
At the most recent Dalton Village Board meeting, Mayor Tiffany Henard berated several members on the Board of Trustees. It's been a months-long battle with various news agencies exposing how Henard has spent thousands on travel and restaurants while the city's bills are not paid.
I have done a waterman job for city of Dalton. It's been over 4 months and I haven't got paid.
He's not the only one. Now there's concern 6 police cars will be repossessed because the city loans have not been paid. Another 6 cars from the Public Works Department have overdue loans too. Jason Howes is a village trustee.
I've received no less than 10 messages from different vendors. Every time I turn them over to the mayor's office, and it goes on, it really falls on deaf ears.
Other trustees are worried as well about Dalton's finances.
We don't even know how much money is in the bank account at the moment. When the last time they shared the information, a few months ago, we were $7 million in debt.
It is on the back of the mayor. We are the legislative body. She wants us to do our job because she say we don't never do our job. Our job is to make sure that the finances is in order, and she's not allowing us to do our job.
The town has paid for billboards to promote the mayor, who actually holds 2 political posts, making close to $300,000 a year. She's also the Thornton Township supervisor. The town has hired a public relations firm to handle questions during this crisis.
Public relations will get paid. A trip to first-class flights to New York and to Las Vegas get paid. But when it comes to things that the town really needs, we're left in the dark and getting people calling and getting no response.
We, of course, reached out to the Dalton mayor's team. They asked us to send them our questions ahead of time. They have not replied. Published reports say the Attorney General has ordered the mayor to release her spending records. We are waiting and, of course, asked for those as well. Marian?
Thanks so much, Marianne.
All right, so that was a lot. That was just the other day. And so now there's more people speaking out publicly. I was hearing more and people are speaking at the meetings. I think there's more people just totally speaking out now regarding the behaviors and the spending of Mayor Henard. So a lot's been going on. Oh, goodness. So, yeah, so that's that. And then I'm going to move on to, so we have another few other people that I want to get to and then do a nice rundown on that. All right. So just give me a second while I pull that up. Get some music flowing. Yeah, we just have good vibes here too. For the most part, you'll see people that have issues. They come in and out. They're on plenty of people's channels with the same behaviors and stuff. I treat people how they treat me. I usually tend to treat people better than they treat me. I give you a little leeway, but then, there's a cutoff. And the best thing to do is people that have this, their issues, you treat them like you would treat children you're raising. You treat them the same way. I don't reward bad behavior. You just get ignored. You can go stomp in a corner somewhere. And coming up too, I'll mention I'm going to cover some more things a little more spiritually too. I want to talk about Black people in general and afterlife and some things that we may have common with other races and things that we may have different. And it's based on beliefs too, and just some of our own thoughts. I think that would just be a different way to talk about some things too, and having to do with Black history. Not only Black history that already took place, but we're living in Black history in the making. Oh, and again, this is KY 007. I appreciate you coming out. Okay, I'm getting ready to screen share an incident that just happened with Dr. Omar Johnson. There was a woman that came rushing up on the stage and accused him of being with her intimately the night before or something like that. Excuse me. And it looked false to me. I didn't believe it. Just the whole way she went about it. I was like, what is going on? So he spoke on it too. But I will say too that our actions, we got to expect reactions. I don't think it was right what she did. right? And how it was done, even if she was with him. Certain level of respect to just have and have for him. He is someone that finished building the schools, and wait, is that in Philly? I gotta look that up again. He just finishing up some of the renovations too, so we'll see when that opens. But most recently, like I believe it was just last weekend, a woman ran up on stage. So I'm going to show that. But I honestly feel that too, it partly has to do with he's been very lustful towards women a lot lately. And I've noticed it. I've spoken on it recently and a while back. And it just seems like it's almost like men in power, men that are influential, however you want to know, that sometimes you get women falling at your feet somewhat. Why? Because we seek leadership. Whether women realize it or want to admit it or not, we need men as leaders in our lives. That's why when we get them, we're overjoyed. I feel that way too sometimes when I see y'all, when I hear things that y'all say, it does something for me. And I know it affects others. With women, we're different. We're emotional about it. Sometimes it's like Dr. Omar Johnson is on here just like flirting. Every time I turn around, he's like with a million pictures, and it's just a lot. And I feel like, honestly, he is opening the door for a level of whoredom. You know what I mean? And it could be Africanism, and yes, I'll thank you, and, whatever, king. Oh, what's up, queen? Yeah. I get that. But it's like he's putting out applications, soliciting applications to be in his life intimately. So some women do, but they also have to keep in mind that he is in polygamy. So even if you were a wife, you would become one of the wives. Not all women can really even deal with that mentally. So y'all need to keep that in mind too. Sometimes y'all throw yourself at this man. But I just think that I honestly just feel like he has something to do with that too. Texas, I thought LA women were yours. Oh, you talking that? Okay. I see you. Yeah, let me put that up. All right, so let me screen share and put do this. Oh boy. All right.
And ancestors already laid their foundation 400 years ago.
How is the foundation laid?
There you go. You say, well, we got to work hard, Dr. Umar. I don't see white folks breaking their back. They already been there, done that. It's your turn. See, we got this thing, brothers and sisters. And the white man knows you well because he's written books on you. They say the Negro entrepreneur. Who's that? I've never seen this in my life. Brothers and sisters, clap it up for the ancestors. Clap it up for the excellence. Clap it up for positivity. Yes. Yes. We're going to stay focused. We're going to stay focused. No weapon formed against us. You know,
all right, so now all these big people falling on the ground, right? Now they're trying to get her back up. So anyway, he goes on to say she's not her type and she's not his type, which I figured that already too, but that was a lot. So if you have any thoughts, just catch this on the live or possibly later, let me know. This has been circulating for a little while now. But like I said, I do feel like, you can help bring these lustful acts out of through being the lustful man that, has many platforms. He can sway people a certain way. tending to certain gender, opposite gender, like
a demented black woman came
riling up.
and put a knife.
Right, that's what it is.
The hospital said, if I would have seen you, I could have lost my life. And Dr. Moore said that although one of my own tried to destroy me, it did not discourage me, but it reinforced me of how much love I have for you because of black lives. I don't know my sister, never seen her in my life, but I love her anyway. Brothers and sisters, we got to get together. I'm hoping that here in Wall Street, at this marketplace, that all the businesses and all the vendors that exist here will come together and give us a Black Wall Street credit union, brothers and sisters. The next step is the credit union. The reason we can't catch up, is because we can't access the capital. Everybody in this audience right now, let me say 90% of you would leave your day job.
Y'all need to be at school. You can't tell us where February 10th.
If you have the capital.
Get out of my face with your penis, man. I'm tired of this man.
If you have the capital.
What was she talking about?
What is your entrepreneurial dream? Somebody in here has not been out
of my face with your penis, man. Well, if you're gonna throw your mouth open like that and the penis is already there, you better be careful. I would have been like, but close the mouth up then, or come on. One more time, just a little bit. Let me stop the theatrical music in the background. This is serious, y'all. No laughing.
I'm hoping that here in Black Wall Street, at this marketplace, that all the businesses and all the vendors that exist here will come together and give us a Black Wall Street credit union, brothers and sisters. The next step is the credit union. The reason we can't catch up, is because we can't access the capital. Everybody in this audience right now, let me say 90% of you would leave your day job.
Y'all need to be at school. You can't tell us where February 10th.
If you have the capital.
Get out of my face with your penis, man. I'm tired of this man.
If you have the capital.
Back up.
Get out of my face with your penis, man.
Somebody in here.
She needs some. She's going through it. Because penis. That's probably what it is. Probably penis. We get riled up too.
Somebody in here got an idea better than Microsoft computers.
Stop being so lustful then.
Got an idea better.
You setting it off. You giving that lustful, energetic vibe, and these women is picking up on it. You wanted the puss, and the puss be throwing up at you, and you like, hold up. Exactly. You got to slow it down.
Was intimate
so we get
with the
riled up
deranged
too.
sister who came to the stage
Y'all feel what I'm
and threw
saying?
her weave lotion on my lecture stage in Stonecrest, Georgia. Is that the conversation? We rather talk about that than talk about institutions. We rather talk about that than talk about organization. They want to know if I was dating the full-figured chocolate queen who came to the stage in Stonecrest and threw her shea butter and her weave lotion on the stage. That's what they want me to address. Listen, if y'all believe I know the sister, if y'all believe I was with the sister, find the sister and let's go live with the sister. That's all we got to do. In the spirit of transparency, Dr. Umar will live. We can go live and settle this, brothers and sisters. We don't need to have a whole conspiracy. We don't need to have a social media inquisition. Find the sister in Stonecrest, Georgia, who disrupted the lecture by throwing a bag of weave lotion and shea butter on the stage. And we can go live. I'm willing to engage in a community tribunal to exonerate myself from the false charges and allegations that the sister who approached the stage and said I was with her the night before in Savannah, Georgia, was either co-intel pro or a co-intel ho. I don't know which one. I don't know, but what I do know is nobody was in that hotel with me at Savannah, Georgia them 2 nights. Nobody shared the hotel. If no woman came, you can get the footage from the hotel. Go and get the footage from the hotel in Savannah, Georgia, and see if there was any queen in that hotel room. Those 2 nights that I was with my Oyo Tunji African family, those 2 nights that I was with the Oyo Tunji African village, I came into Savannah from Brunswick, where the good sister took me to Igbo landing, where our revolutionary Igbo Nigerian ancestors gave their life rather than suffer the pains of slavery. I was high off of the Igbo landing trip in Brunswick that day. I got into Savannah late that night, checked into my hotel. I met some of the paparazzi, P-O-P-A-R-A-Z-Z-I. I met some of the Ifa Tunde faithful. They saw me. In fact, I was live with y'all. I went live with y'all at the Savannah waterfront. I was live with y'all. So what time did she come to my room? And so she drove from Savannah to Stonecrest. She took the 3-hour drive. Who did she take the 3-hour drive with? Because she wasn't with me. I don't drive with people. I like to drive alone because I like to think and prepare my message and meditate and converse with the ancestors. So is she claiming she drove from Savannah, Georgia to Stonecrest 3 hours the next day just to try to confront me? Why she didn't do that at the African Gala? Why she didn't do that at the Gullah Geechee Grand African?
All right, so there we have it. That was like the latest drama that people have been talking about at Dr. Umar Johnson's last public speaking event, which he goes around nationally and does this, and worldly too. He's been back and forth from Africa. Most recent mini trips he's been taking recently. So that was just interesting. It's funny too. But yeah, you were right. I put that up. Where is it? Yep. Umar's Instagram is mostly hugging up on different women. Absolutely. And yeah, it's just gotten to the point where it seems like it is, because if you're on here and you're saying this is what I want, 5'5" thick in the thighs and all this other stuff, you're describing the woman you're looking for. You're telling people you're accepting applications. And then when you see them, you're letting them know that you're open to this, So we know that we have delusional people everywhere. You see this person that comes in my chat room here and there. You know what I mean? No matter how cool, how much chill I be having in the patience, I can't control delusional thinking. Only you can. Only we have control over our minds for the most part. Some people give, control to other people, so I don't really deal with that. And we have to be in more control over our negative thinking. All of our brains operate similar. It holds on to negativity more than it does positivity. We rethink things people have said to us that were negative experiences, even though we have way more positive ones. What helps with stomping that out is not dwelling on it like that. What can I take from that situation? What can you take from you having a mental disorder? What can you take? You can take medication. Most people that have been diagnosed to have certain social disorders have medication. The issue with that is folks stop taking it. I learned that when I was in school too. I took courses in college on it. Most people that are on medication stop taking it. And it sucks because then they come on social media and then they harass us, so there's things like that, sometimes we deal with. And then on their good days, they're fine. And it's like, yo, whatever. But anyway, that was Dr. Umar. Let me get the, throat's getting dry too. I had just made something to drink. I was going to drink a little coffee or late about it, but Hang on, because stuff is getting different. Here we go. I think I'm multitasking more. That's part of what it is, banners and all that. Yeah, thanks for sharing your thoughts too. Helping share your opinions on here. Put my little thing up there, like, subscribe. Hopefully you come back through to see or hear Kaiwa 007. Look what I got. We got Pastor Gino Jennings and District Attorney Fonnie Willis. With Pastor Gino Jennings, what hang on a second. What I like about him is his upfrontness, and he's very informative with his teachings. And that's part of what I've been looking forward to, a better understanding of things and roles, positions people play in relationships, things like that. He really doesn't play about it. He really, really doesn't. Some people feel he comes off too strong. They don't know how to kind of handle the information he provides. You know, he is anti-LGBTQ. I shouldn't even say anti. He goes by the book. And when you're going by a book or the Bible, you go by that. And he talks, I'm trying to get this off the screen to the, go to the comments because I'm switching things up. So, all right. So, hold on a second. Is it a banner or? All right. So, oh yeah, what I was saying about Henard, let me just pull this up again too. These are her many court cases that are were against her, but then some are still open. So she's really got her hands full. And the way she answers questions at the interviews, like people are just shocked because it's like she's just blatantly just feels like, hey, I don't really have to answer to anyone. It's like, yeah, but everyone does. And she has to answer to the people that put her in the position. I saw just a clip of, well, I'll get to that. No. So I can show y'all the people that are from Dalton that are speaking out against her spending. And now, even if you heard it when I played it in the news clip, excuse me, just to recap, police car funds were overused. So they may be confiscating or repoing cop cars. Can you imagine that? Repo people coming out to take away police cars, gone because of her budgeting and her relationship between the police department. Because they're complaining a lot about her security detail. They're saying that she has more security securing her, which are actual police officers on the clock, and they should be tending to the area. And crime rate has risen off and on in those areas also. So they're feeling like she should be here. Excuse me. The police should be there and scouting around, helping the people, and not just walking her around being her security. And it's been costing a lot. I think this banner's still up. Costing a lot on the money from the town that they're in. Okay. So there's a lot of that. Let me remove Dr. Umar thing. I don't know why all of a sudden I can't figure out how to. All right, just give me a moment. All right, I'm gonna just put a meme up for a second. If you haven't subscribed already, you may want to consider subscribing. I know I'll have something here for you. All right, I'm not even gonna say maybe. I think no, I'm gonna have something for you. I will. One more time for the polydactyl cats. They're supposed to be good luck too, cats with thumbs. While I'm figuring out my technical thing, there's a couple memes. Until I figured out my technical issues. All right. So again, I appreciate those thumbs up. So Pastor Gino Jennings, who I was going to speak on next, spiritual leader, no nonsense. He really speaks it from the Bible, and he really just tells it. He's been looked at as a controversial pastor. And hang on a second so I can get there's so much that he covers. I mean, it's almost like there's just a from a lot of different things. Death, funerals, your worth, weddings, and more. He even said he had a low key wedding. Like he didn't do a whole lot for his wedding. Well, they had a ceremony, but he said he even spoke and preached after. He said his wife was like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah, I got to do this." I know me personally, I mean, it's kind of funny, but like, I'm done with like black funerals. Like, y'all on my last nerve. You're almost conjuring demonism at some of these things. It's like it's a show. You almost want to put the dead body back up and, do stuff with the body. And it's just like, I've had enough. So I don't know if y'all been peeping them. But yeah, they've it's just been a lot. It's been a lot. Yeah, and that's just how I feel about it. I want to show a quick clip here. I didn't see this yet, but let me just check out some more. Tony Harvin. Like, and it's Sunday, y'all. It doesn't have to be, right?
And be formed to whatever its maker is forming it to. And if the potter form it into a plate, the clay don't turn to a cat or a rat on its own. If somebody want a private wedding, that's their right. That's their right. Amen. And what can I say? I pray God that God keeps them and preserves them and follow the will of God.
Come out from among them.
No, Jennings didn't say it. God said it.
Wherefore come out from
among them and be separate.
Saith the Lord.
Saith Pastor Jennings.
Saith the Lord.
All right, so I want every member of the progressive churches of our Lord Jesus Christ that don't believe in having your head covered and all this other foolishness. You come on out now. You be obedient.
That's right.
You be obedient and follow the instructions. Don't let your bishop scare you. And I want to say to the bishop, you watch this program. I know you do. I want to encourage you, bishop. This is what I want to encourage the bishop to do.
Wherefore come out from among them.
That goes for you too, bishop.
That's right.
Amen. You get a suitcase and take your pulpit chair, fold it up.
So that, and I could be wrong, but I know him and Pastor Gino Jennings has been speaking out towards Pastor T.D. Jakes. So he's been calling him out on his behaviors and things like that with people of the world, meaning to like, people that don't really live a godly lifestyle, but people are feeling like T.D. Jakes has been promoting it. And large names like Puff Diddy, he's been seen with him. They've hung out different times and things like that. And people have questioned it, especially when P. Diddy has been going down and being charged with the sexual assault allegations and things like that. So yeah, there's been a lot of that going on too. Yeah, so it's interesting, and I'm wondering how y'all feel too. Like, are you questioning life? We've been going through a lot of changes here on this planet, just in our generation. We know that our forefathers before us and mothers have, but I feel like we're just going through a lot more and in a quicker time. Also, like I've spoken on before, things that are going on out in space, there's things going on. Check out the video I have one called, it's about Saturn losing its rings. Saturn, the planet Saturn, has been losing its rings. things like that, and it has an effect on us. I believe I heard him speak lightly on things to deal with space. I want to hear more about that too. So I'm looking at things that I deep dive in, and sometimes I feel like I'm getting information from different places, and they're like pieces of a puzzle that if they're put together appropriately, it'll complete, and we'll gain more understanding and we can exchange even more information. So I'm mostly about solving problems, definitely not creating them, but seeing problems and not trying to just linger the problem, but solving them. So I do feel like you don't have to say today, maybe you believe in God. That's up to you, or Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, or Allah, Yahweh. There's so many. I feel like a lot of different religions have something so key and truthful in a lot of them. I don't necessarily agree with all of any religion, if we're being honest, and it's not like I'm just feel like picking and choosing what I like. No, not at all. I want what's right. So when I meditate and things like that, I'm reaching out to get things right, not just me, because I've chosen to be used. And if I'm chosen to be used, I want to be used in the right way. But I want to be guided. I want to be guided the right way. I could be guided the wrong way and then be coming out, speaking to people or doing stuff, guiding more people. That's not what I'm about. So I'm hoping that y'all see that too, or get that feel of that from me, because that's what I want to give. I want to give that energy back out to y'all. Okay. And it helps too, because I have a lot of energy balled up. We have a lot of energy balled up. He may have more to share. So I don't know. He's just a powerful man. And like I said too, he spoke on LGBTQAI, and it helped answer some questions I had about people being gay, but being filled with the Holy Spirit, when, like, yes, you're thanking Jesus and you get the Holy Spirit and there's dancing that goes on, or stomping your feet, you're moved. And I was just wondering how does alternative sexual lifestyle, how does that fit in with certain religions? Now, Pastor Gino Jennings has spoke on that, and he said that he accepts all people in his church, all. But he did say that, just don't come wanting to spread it, like saying like, encouraging possibly, or possibly wanting to influence, others to have this, what he calls a homosexual spirit, or gay, that gay is a spirit. Okay. So that's something to think about. And that's going to be always a big debate, for who knows how long. And like he was just speaking on weddings. He speaks against, being gay. So he wouldn't be able to participate in a gay wedding. And that's another topic.
From the one, and you will have just him standing.
That's him. That's right.
Arian, you got them.
Amen.
You're supposed to have him.
Him.
You subtract the two from the one, and you will have just him standing.
That's him. That's right.
We bow to him.
That's right.
We worship him.
Amen.
We serve him.
That's right.
It is written that I may know him.
Him.
In the power of his resurrection.
That's right. Wonderful. All things were made by him.
Was made by him.
And without him.
And I told you we give God the credit.
That's right.
We give God the credit.
That's right.
All 42 generations.
That's right. That's right.
Are you listening?
Come up hither.
Come on up hither.
And I will
television viewers and you that are here.
That's right.
Come up and come out.
That was interesting. Then he just said, Baptist is not out of the Bible. He said, come out of the churches you're in. Baptist is not in the Bible. It's interesting. So yeah, that was just a snippet from that. I was kind of lost my spot for a second there. But I appreciate it coming out. I got one more. I just wanted to recap on some of District Attorney Fani Willis and what's been going on with that trial too. And again, Pastor Gino Jennings speaks on many things. I have a video of him from overnight. Well, they did a night New Year event from 2023 going into 2024. And there was someone that looked like they were currently fighting demons. And he was praying over him and things like that. And then I was wondering to myself, do y'all feel we're going to see more demonic spirits showing themselves more? Do you believe in spiritual realm at all? Do you feel like we're man and woman and we're the ones always in control of everything? So there's no, spirit. Do you feel that we are a spirit, that these are bodies that just shelter our spirit? That's how I see it. And there's other realms that we can reach. And I see that through different things to do with, what was I going to say? Different things to do with dreams in the dream world. I'm going to get back into that too, where I talk about ways that you can possibly go into different portals through your dreams. So it's ways that you can prepare before you go to sleep that can help you basically do extra travels, because you're already pretty much traveling when you think about it when you're dreaming, right? So there's even more to that, more dimensions with that. And I've been following a couple too, that Twin Flames here on YouTube. And I met them while I was going through looking into laws of attraction, things like that, how we interact with each other, like on here, social media, men and women, just different things to do like that with relations. Yeah. So, all right. So we'll get back into that in just a second. I'm going to pull something up while I do. I'm going to do a quick meme before we go out.
Baby, Pimp Squad is going down. POP.
I thought your name was in
down.
I thought your name was in Goodo.
My name is Goodo. I'm not no Goodo.
What? West side? Nigga, what going on? Boom, boom, boom. Nigga, we don't give a fuck. What? We bring it like boom, boom. Get your ass! Man, right? Boom, boom. Told you niggas scared, right? Get your ass! Get your ass! Click, clack, them niggas got guns.
Hey, I ain't going nowhere. I'm still gonna be right back in the streets. You dig?
Tell that to the judge.
Boom, boom, boom. Let me tell you about Umar. Boom, boom. The kind of shit that gets you bad. Boom, boom, boom. Shit quite necessary. Post it up on the corner. Make it cherry. Me and one leg Willie hang around that wheelbarrow.
Black History Month. That's right. He said the month of February. You heard him. Let me add to the stage, Mr. Wade. So we'll do a quick recap of this. What I did want to say, and this was part of the point of me wanting to talk about, again, a recap, just some of what I took away too from the Willis hearing, the hearing of District Attorney of Georgia, Fannie Willis, was that she's had a hardship in relationships. So I wanted to talk about that for a bit, and just give me a little minute, because I do want to get some music on. All right, and I'll keep it down a little bit low.
Sworn under oath.
At the time of the filing, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then in January of 2024, you filed another one that also swore that you only had $5,000 in cash, correct?
At the time of the filing, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in 2022 and 2024, you only had $5,000 in cash.
At that time, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then you also, all of those interrogatories, I'm not going to go through them in painstaking detail, but every single interrogatory,
recap, I'm gonna give a comment.
4 of them, all verified ones. Every single one, you said you didn't have any cash stored in a safe, a safety deposit box, or any other location. Plaintiff rarely carries cash. If plaintiff does carry cash, it's a nominal amount, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So we've got
Oh, okay. Thanks, TNB, and I don't know if y'all can hear me, but you reminded me because I deal with NASA and stuff. I just some things going on I have to do with Russia, and I'm going to get into that real quick.
So we've got what? 2021, you said you don't have cash. 2023, you said you don't have cash. Again in 2023, you said you don't have cash. And then in 2024, you don't have cash, right?
So you're assuming that I received the cash and I stored it. I received the cash and I saved it.
Well, you didn't put
What's
it in the
wrong
bank,
with
right?
what's wrong with receiving the cash, Ms. Merchant, and spending it?
Nothing's wrong with it, but
So
you didn't
then
put it in the bank.
that would contemplate why the response is on the interrogatories.
So you spent the cash. That's because before when it was asked, you said you didn't want to disclose where the cash was.
No.
Privacy reasons.
No, well, I said that if I were to store cash in my home, then why would I share that with the world, is what I said. I didn't say that I had some cash stored up.
All right. So that's when they was basically just kept asking him about how the money was spent, things like that. But what's interesting to me is when Fanny took the stage, Miss Willis took the stage, took the stand, right? She said, no man has ever did that much for her. The only man in her life that has completed anything as far as expenses was her father. And it was just interesting to me hearing that and seeing so many, women in success, but lacking relationships with a man that's strong. There aren't many. That's a problem. They dated, they had sex. Okay, we all know now, right? She has kids. I see why as soon as she hit the stand, she was tight. She was upset. She wasn't happy about this at all. And of course she a lot of things about it go much deeper than it may seem. Hearing her complain about Mr. Wade's how he verbalized how he feels about women. Like she said, she said Mr. Wade told her the most a woman could do is go in the kitchen and cook for him. So knowing that, and it just was something to think about, y'all. Like that's how I see it. You got two decent looking people. They both make six figures. It just seems like things, you're on the same team. It seems like things would just fall into place, but I guess it just doesn't. Sometimes it just doesn't. So, yeah, so I'm going to share some of the footage from my last live stream. And I just want to show how she complained about the relationship that they had, if you listen. And I believe she wanted to share more. But then at the same time, she said, I'm not about to just discredit this black man. So I get that too, because we have a whole race to defend. So when we're upset with our man, he's still a black man, and we don't want it to add to the already nonsense that's so much against black men just because I'm mad at this one, just because I'm disappointed at him and the other ones that I slept with, because obviously they didn't make the cut either, or I didn't, because she has two daughters, unmarried, and still I don't believe has a man in her life. This isn't really easy. She said her job as district attorney made her isolated. It's an isolating career to have. I don't know if we realize that. So, depression is on high, things like that with folks, so sometimes you may see people that have things, but they don't have everything, or they don't have things that we really need in life. Is somebody loving us. Money doesn't equal love. You know what I mean? So experiences, things like that, because anything we purchase, it depreciates just about when you purchase it, unless it's wine that ages, cheese, and some things do get better with time. But for the most part, the things that people think about in purchasing, they depreciate, and as soon as you got it, as soon as it's yours to claim, it's depreciating. So I just want to get into some of this from the trial with the hearing, with Miss Willis. All right, this is from my channel. I hope everyone's doing well. Immediately. Look, she was rock. She was like tight. But I think everyone did the best.
All right, we are back on the record. Deputy Scott, if you could swear in our next witness.
Her dad, he dropped the ball
and I do
yesterday. He said some
apologize.
stuff. No
Anna.
problem.
Do me a favor. Tell them I'm gonna need some reading glasses. After you swear on them, tell them I'm gonna need some reading with you today. So I ran to the courtroom.
So as soon as you heard that Mr. Wade was done.
She was already questioning Miss Willis. She wanted to know how she got there so fast at the courtroom if she wasn't listening in, like she wasn't supposed to be, right? And neither was her father. Her father said that he listened to the news and everything. He wasn't supposed to like be doing that if he's going to be a witness. But I'm gonna get into that, and I'm gonna grab a sip because I'm very thirsty. What's up? All right.
With you today. So I ran.
Oh yeah.
District Attorney Fani, Fani. Last name is Willis.
Miss Willis, how did you know to come into the courtroom right then?
There were people I was pacing in my office.
Okay.
And I heard someone yell, his testimony is done. It only made sense to me that I would be your next witness. And I've been very anxious to have this conversation with you today. So I ran to the courtroom.
So as soon as you heard that Mr. Wade was done testifying, that's when you just assumed you would be the next witness?
It only makes sense.
Did you listen to any of the testimony?
I've been in my office pacing, ma'am.
Did you listen to any arguments?
I did hear the arguments this morning. It's ridiculous to me that you lied on Monday and yet here we still are. And I did listen to that argument.
All right, so that was it, just the argument, no testimony.
Immediately, right?
The argument this morning where Adam Abadi, I thought, did an excellent job pointing out how dishonest you were with the court on Monday. And I'm actually surprised that the hearing continued, but since it did, here I am.
Great. So let's just talk about what you did in preparation for today. Did you meet with Mr. Wade at all? Once the motion was filed, did you meet with Mr. Wade and talk to him about the motion that I filed to disqualify you?
On this first January motion?
Yes.
I don't know if you could say talked about. I probably had some choice words about some of the things that you said that were dishonest within this motion. So I don't know that it was a conversation. As you know, Mr. Wade is a Southern gentleman, me not so much.
Okay, but my question was, did you have a conversation with him?
I didn't have a substantive conversation.
You did not?
I read this motion, skimmed it more so, and I've probably said some choice things to him about some of the lies that were told.
Okay.
And then printed in the media because, we used to be in a day and time where you had 60 Minutes and people did stories and they verified information and you had this great reporting. But it seems today that a lawyer writes a lie and then it's printed for all of the world to see.
Well, I just want to make sure that you answer the question I asked, though. So my question was,
Overruled, Mr. Abadi.
I told you what happened.
All right, so that was mainly just like the intro and that part, but I really wanted to get into how she described her relationship with Mr. Wade. So hang on.
And spent the night. That's my recollection.
Okay.
I think we spent one night. That's my recollection of our
paid for that hotel.
In Miami? I don't remember that.
And how'd you get to Miami?
We would have flown. Okay. And we've done that.
Identify when you came into this cash or where the cash came from.
I didn't say I couldn't identify it. No, nobody gives me anything. I am sure that the source of the money is always the work, sweat, and tears of me. What you asked me for is, when did the money go in there? What I am trying to tell you is, so I got divorced in 2005 from my husband. No. It's important. You said, where did the money come from? And I need to tell you where the money came from. And so for many, many years, I have kept money in my house. That money in my worst day.
Okay, so I forgot too. So she was married, right? And she divorced in 2005. Okay. I think that's what she just said. So okay, so she was married before. Now, hang on. I want to get to this other part.
My assistant has heated up some bag, something, and I eat through meetings and eat in my office. It's not
Specific questions.
To be district attorney in Fulton County. Huge. I was doing just fine. I had a municipal court judgeship.
I'm sorry, this statement, just so I make sure I accurately quote you. What you said was you won't sleep with people who work under you. Do you not consider Mr. Wade working under you?
I consider Mr. Wade to be an agent.
Agent?
Yeah,
All right.
an appointee is what I really think of him as.
Your point, whatever merit it has, Ms. Merchant, is on the record. Next.
Now, see, that's the part that gets me, because I thought that's where they crossed the line, but they're saying Mr. Wade was not a direct employee of DA Willis. I thought he was considered to be an employee of hers. Did y'all think that? But do y'all get the clarification that she's not? I mean, she's not his superior like that directly. So, all right. Some of that's a little confusing, because if not, they don't have much of a case. They're both saying they went 50-50 on the relationship. I don't really have to replay it back. I didn't have an exact time mark for it, but she just sounded like, how people have been in relationships and it wasn't even the best of experiences, but you're still.
I'm not sure that was her answer, but let's see if I can get specific.
That is what I said. That's what I said.
I'll let you. Next question, Mr. Stay down. If you need to clarify.
Want to say one more? The romantic relationship ended before the indictment was returned. Yes or no?
To a man, yes.
To a man, yes.
All right,
to you, no?
She's explained this, Mr. Stay down. She's explained this.
And did the forthcoming indictment have anything to do with that?
Ooh.
Or was it just a coincidence?
Since Mr. Wade has been on this case, he's been to DC. Since Mr. Wade has been on to this case, I've been to DC.
All I'm going to say is, was it pre-indictment?
Merit and impact on credibility. So, Mr. State, I'll ask the question.
Since Mr. Wade has been on this case, he's been to DC. Let me tell you why. But yes, it was a lonely time. Okay. I was very appreciative to the citizens for giving me this responsibility and this duty. But what I very, very quickly learned is that this is a very isolating job, and 2021 was a lonely time. I turned 50 in 2021. That's probably one of the worst birthdays I've ever had. I spent it alone. So I have a clear recollection of 2021 being lonely.
Okay. Did Mr. Wade ever come visit you at the condo in the time period I'm talking about, prior to November of 2021, when Ms. Yerty was at the condo?
So Ms. Yerty and me, we didn't share the condo at the same time.
So the answer would be no.
But we never stayed there together, so it's an impossibility. Dollars in a reimbursement. So we're not talking about $20,000 in cash. I don't have $20,000 in cash right now. The most I ever gave him, I know I gave him $2,500 when we went to Belize, because we went to one hotel and then we went to a $500 I actually gave him while we were still in Belize. I know that the
Hey there, peace conscious moron. Hope all is well. I was just finishing up, doing a recap on some of the Fannie Willis case. But more so the lack of relationship and just the lack of just her being lonely and just like she just mentioned, her 50th birthday was the worst. She had no one, but she made sure Mr. Wade had a great 50th birthday. And I'm actually going to be done with that now. And I bet she feels too like, wow, I spent all that money on him. You kind of do think back on what you've done for people or someone, and especially when you haven't really been treated. And I'm just seeing that with, women these days. And this is kind of the modern woman status where, you're successful and you have a lot of great things going on. but you just can't seem to land a good man or a man that's compatible with you. And I feel like that's a big issue, and that's been a problem in our community too. So yeah, so I just thought that was interesting. I took other things like that. I took some of that a little to heart. So yeah. And some of what she expresses, like even in the court and stuff, I can definitely relate to. And yeah, so there that is. So feel free to share your thoughts in the comments, the live chat now while I'm on. I'm going, after in the comment section. I believe I'll be doing a live during the week. What I do have is some news to go over. I want to do that, and then something else that I plan to talk about, in a private open discussion, maybe open panel or something like that, where I can have the link and also have a phone line that can be used to join on the live stream. Okay. So yeah, so that was that. We got the cocky mayor, super mayor, they call her, Tiffany Henard. She's currently under a lot of scrutiny. There are police cars that are in jeopardy of being repossessed due to overspending, etc. So I think this is just the beginning. She may be in court next, just like how DA Willis, they brought her in for a hearing. I could see Mayor Henard being next. I'm telling y'all, she has a lot of things going on. And this is the paperwork that I showed. And this is, some of it's from last year, some of it's recent. It's a lot. It's definitely a lot there. So get a little music going as I close out. So just looking through the chat just to see if anybody has anything to add or anything to it. So yeah, that's the paperwork. Now, remember, I mentioned she just built a skating rink and it's unauthorized. She also is known to have a $150,000 SUV that she had the town pay for. And it's supposed to have 2 signatures on it. There's only one, and it's, you may have guessed it, her signature. That's it. So there's things falling on her as we speak. And she just put this on Facebook day before yesterday, I believe. And she's at the skating rink with friends, and she's always got detail, the cops, and there's just a lot of different angles where people are highly disappointed with the mayor here. So we'll be seeing, what's she gonna have going on.
We about to get our skate on. Remember, when all 5 of them trustees said no, look what God did. People's mayor, we here in the village of Dalton, and we about to get our skate on. Remember, when all 5 of them trustees, it's your mayor, Tiffany A. Henard. It's your mayor, Tiffany A. Henard, the people's mayor. We here in the village of Dalton, and we about to get our skate on. Remember, when all 5 of them trustees said no, look what God did.
Get it, Obama. All right, y'all. So we're closing out. Feel free to hit the like button. Where my polydactyl kittens at? I'm really saying it right. Where they at? So they can help each other. I'll make sure y'all remember the like button. Where they at? I appreciate y'all. Hopefully y'all come back through more kind Y007. You have a good day. Peace.
Dumbass out here. Don't come back. Get your dumb ass out of here. Get that dumb nigga out of here. Fuck him.
Saying I'm a female.
All right.
I'm legally blind, I can see barely.
Get your dumb ass out of here. Don't come back. Get your dumb ass out of here. Get that dumb nigga out of here. Fuck him.
Saying I'm a female.
Don't ever come back. Yeah, you can have self-hate. There's nothing wrong with being self-hate, a little self-hatred. But no, you taking it far, man. God damn. You take the self-hate too far. You can't kill everybody black. God damn. Nothing wrong with being self-hate, a little self-hatred. But no, you taking it too far, man. God damn. You take the self-hate too far, man. God damn. You take the self-hate too self-hate, a little self-hatred. But
so to answer his question, he's in the back, he's not away. To answer his question, quit whining, Cat. I don't have anything for you. So I'm gonna put you out. So get out. So matter of fact, get out now. Out. Get out my office. Get out.
Time to go, y'all. Out.
Now.
Peace.
Get out my office. Get out.
Peace.
Out of my office. Now.
being self-hate, a little self-hatred. But no, you taking it far, man. God damn. You take the self-hate too far. You can't kill everybody black. God damn.
Bitch out. Like to bitch out.
Don't ever come back. Yeah, you can have self-hate. There's nothing wrong with being self-hate. Get your dumb ass out. Get that dumb nigga out of here. Fuck him. Don't ever come back. Yeah, you can have self-hate. There's nothing wrong with being self-hate, a little self-hatred. But no, you taking it far, man. God damn. You take the self-hate too far. You can't kill everybody black. God damn.
Bitch out. Like to bitch out.